Greetings, friends. Happy Saturday. The word for today is play. And the basic signature, the prime signature of play, comes from the sun's, the solar infusion at 25 Sag, where we are today. And that image of the solar energy for today is of a child playing on a hobby horse. And the child is also, the detail of the child is that the child is chubby, implying being full of life and well cared for and abundant. So, the energy of today as we move into the final 5 days of Sagittarius is of magic and a culmination of our ability to connect with the magic of the world through our imagination and through the quality of play and the creativity that is infused in play when we understand the significance and importance of being playful in the world and how play is actually a wisdom tool. So I've been receiving great teachings today and for myself, and they actually came through, emphasized through the animal medicine cards I pulled. I pulled two cards, and the first thing I'll say that was interesting to me today in this energy signature of play and the power of the imagination to imagine the future and create the future through our imagination. The story of the hobby horse, or the archetype of the hobby horse, is a child playing on a horse, and through that play, feeling the power of the signature of horse and the mastery of horse, and imagining the world of riding a horse and the infusion of creativity that comes from imagining the future, which we are all learning to do. And the signature of play is a really important aspect of manifestation and of entering into mastery in this realm. So, what I started to say a minute ago is when I pulled the animal cards with this signature of imagination, I could feel myself entering these two animals. I could feel earlier experiences I'd had in proximity with each of these animals, and then I could feel myself becoming the animals. That quality of shapeshifting is a process of the imagination, and spontaneously I felt myself entering into these two animals as I was receiving the teachings. And so I invite you today to understand that the signature of play is real right now, and it's in your daily life, which is the gift that children show us, is their ability to be totally present in their physical circumstances and to engage fully in what has manifest around them. So, the two animals that emerged for us today at first seem like a really strong contrast, but they both hold. I was surprised when I pulled them, but then when I felt them, they both hold amazing wisdom teachings that bridge what's happening for us right now. And again, I went to Ted Andrews to read more about the wisdom teachings behind this animal medicine. So I'll bring a little bit of this forward, and then I invite you to connect with these animals and with this medicine on your own today, and perhaps to go to your oracle cards and ask what you can learn today about the signature of play. So here's what we have for the group message. The first animal medicine is turtle, and we don't think so much of turtle in the frequency of play. However, what Turtle is bringing forward today are some qualities that enable us to connect within and bring forward the tools we've been developing this year of trusting our inner wisdom and our strength. First, Turtle lives at the bridge between the worlds. It lives in land and water both, and that's a signature of what we're doing in learning to ourselves be the bridge. And then if you can see the hexagrams, I'm really drawn to the hexagrams on the turtle shell. And we know the energy of 6 is the energy of our imagination, the solar power. This is one of the key teachings on Tree of Life, is when we enter the realm of 6, which is called Tipperet, and is the bridging of the heart and solar plexus. That quality of 6 is the activation of all the grids of light, the flower of life, and our ability to participate and live within the grids in harmony. It's the key signature of the new moon spread I just pulled this morning, which I'll be bringing forward later today. So there's a teaching on one of the reasons that turtle in all indigenous cultures is held as a wisdom animal and an animal of the world tree, and our ability to fully embody and become whole is because of the magic that turtle embodies. And then also an interesting thing is turtle is the oldest vertebrate animal on earth, the longest lineage. And so it's also a reminder that when we step into the grids of wholeness and connect with ourself, we're connecting with all of our wisdom and bringing forward and grounding and understanding our ability to bridge. So what Ted Andrews says about all these teachings is that what turtle brings forward is a heightening of all of our senses and our ability to expand intuitively while we're fully embodied in the earth. And one of the teachings that's important right now for the holidays is turtle moves really slow. So turtle's longevity and survival is partly based on its keen powers of observation that happen by moving really slow. So drop in, dig down into your own powers of perception by slowing down. And then here's the next animal that is completely, if there's any animal of play in the deck, it's otter. And I just want you to know this actually came forward. I didn't look for otter. I just asked for a message. And then first was turtle to remind us to slow down and observe and connect within. And then the resulting energy today and the harmonizing energy with turtle is otter. And otter embodies the frequency of joy and playfulness and creativity and curiosity. And many of you, especially if you kayak or canoe, have perhaps had the gift of experiencing communion or community or communication with an otter, which I certainly have, been out in a sea kayak and having a family of otters come and play with me. And so the infusion of creative energy when you connect with otter is visceral. And the curiosity about the world and the curiosity about all the physical details of the world are part of this quality of play. Otters play with objects and they also play with each other. And so there's an infusion of gathering and community and sharing that is also part of this joyful energy. So the word, I just saw this, the word I wrote down for myself when I was reading Ted Andrews is, everything is interesting to an otter, everything. So that's a bridge of these two teachings for us today, which is to connect into the world and look at the world through your child's eyes of what maybe you've never noticed or seen before. Observe what's really happening instead of your preconceptions around to-do lists or the way things have been in the past. Bring fresh eyes. Know that everything is new and fresh, and there's a quality of play today that can help you in big picture strengthen your own imagination and your visions of the future and the visions of what we are together creating. So have an amazing, playful day and celebrate these last 2 days of this current lunar cycle, because there are really we have heightened sensitivity right now to what matters, to our priorities, to what we're carrying forward, and to the feeling of anticipation of the new moon. So allow yourself through the energy of play to feel this anticipation of the gift of new possibility that comes tomorrow night and everything that you're bringing forward in preparation. And have a fantastic day.